hello, Princess, and good afternoon, good early-ish afternoon from Islands of Adventure. Today, hopefully, well, for reasons, I want to be a rides and rides kind of day and finally get the, the food that I was here last time but missed. Anyway, I am here, well, like I said, at Islands of Adventure, so it is that time. So I'm going to start with lunch and then check out the rides. Wait times don't seem to be too bad. Velco right now is posting only 60 minutes, so I mean single rider might be, or should be, a lot less. I don't know, that's planning too far ahead because right now the immediate question is about lunch. Velco is operating normally, only 60-minute wait, so we will check that out. Everything else seems to be not too bad actually. Hulk though is delayed right now. I saw one dispatch as I was walking into the park, but not since. It's been about 10 minutes. I am taking the long way around, I don't know, just to get a nice look at the park and what a lake looks like without any horrific obstructions in it. But before I head off to lunch, I did want to talk about a few things that are kind of important. And I'll start by reminding you that, unfortunately, the freedom that we enjoy that enables such miraculous and amazing places like the theme parks to, well, have been created and to operate and be so accessible to everybody is, unfortunately, under constant assault by people that do not have anyone's best interest in mind other than their own. That is the absolute truth, and it's something we must continue to, well, fight against. And there's different ways to do it. One very, low-key form of rebellion that a lot of people are doing, this is nothing new, by the way, is simply canceling TV services. I have not had a TV package any place I've lived for years. In fact, I actually cannot remember the last time I paid for anything like that. And when I say a package, I mean like, basically what I showed you when I was in Atlantis with all the channels and everything. I don't even know what's on those anymore. I'm not even sure what channels still exist and what don't. At the house, we do have an antenna for just local stuff, and I know my grandma likes to watch her shows and everything. So that's it. But we don't pay for any kind of TV service, and the reason we don't do this is because we don't subsidize all of the propaganda that's filling up a lot of these channels. Just streaming, that's it. Because that lets you pick what you want to watch and support what you do. So right now I have Hulu, I do, but I don't think there's any news on Hulu, and if there is, I don't watch it. So don't know how their accounting works, but I'm not forced to subsidize it to the extent that you do with cable services, which is an extraordinary amount. A lot of people don't realize that. So, number one, it's been going on for a long time, called cord cutting. And that's just getting rid of paid TV services. No reason to subsidize these people for threatening our futures. And just pick what you want. Besides, it's so much more convenient. I cannot stand it if I go to like a hotel or someplace that streaming is bad or the TV doesn't let you connect to your services. It's just a horrific experience now, and I can't imagine ever having lived with that before. Seriously. So I'd say never even subscribe. I mean, you have that opportunity to just never learn. You don't have to learn it. To never suffer what we did with TV and cable packages before. So, that's the first thing I did, because I did that a long time ago. But there's a few other things. But I know, yes, lunch is now definitely the next thing. The water rides all have actual lines today. The temperature says it's 89 degrees, which I guess people consider hot. Well, for me and you, it's just normal. Our island's fish friends are out to say hello. We do not see our turtle friend, however, unless he's on the other side. A slight but welcome change in plan. It's not riding the Seuss high in the sky trolley. I found the line at Burger Digs quite long. In fact, the team members out front were saying 20 to 30 minutes to get your food after you order, and the line was already pretty long. So I managed to get a reservation at Mythos in about an hour, so that's perfectly fine. I'd rather wait longer to eat than wait in a line. So I'm gonna ride a ride, maybe one, maybe two, until then. But finally, we'll get to Mythos and try the one we've been waiting for, the other one we've been waiting for, the other one we've been waiting for. Then there's social media. Oh boy. My advice, Princess, just don't. Really, it's not worth it probably, and yeah, I have, well, let's see, let's just start. I signed up for Twitter at one point. I think I logged in once, and that's it. It's probably still counted as an active account because they lie about their membership numbers, but yeah, so I don't really have that. I don't even know what the name would be. As for, let's see, the evil twin, Facebook, yes, I do have Facebook still, but I think I've logged in once in the last 6 months. The problem with Facebook is there's some people who do attempt to contact me there, so I don't know, I just kind of left it hanging around. Although, I do purge it regularly. One second. There are some tools out there, browser extensions usually, that go back and they just delete old stuff. It's never really deleted, but it's not publicly visible, or less publicly visible, I guess is a better way to say it. But I do that occasionally. Haven't done it in maybe a year, but the only thing there right now is, well, pictures from theme parks, and oh no, ooh, I suppose though somebody will find a reason to use that to put you in jail. Anyway, but if I could, and I can, I would just, well, delete it permanently. Create a shadow account to just follow some companies, like, well, like here and there and a few other places. That's it. Another option, though, and I know people do this, is to just lie. Yes, there's nothing actually correct in any of my profiles, but another way to do it is basically to poison their profile on you, and that's just post things that are just all over the place, on different sides, different issues, different products, all of it. So make what they think they know about you just completely wrong. I can tell you that what they think they know about me is wrong. I know I talked about this once before, but still, I don't get targeted ads when I watch YouTube, because they don't know anything about me. Like I said, I think they know one or two things, but other than that, all I see are just blanket promotions, and none of them are relevant, by the way. So again, I will repeat, companies, if you are paying to target people like me, you're getting scammed. They're stealing your money. So yeah, it's quite amusing. Now, I do let the ads play. We'll get to that next. But you know, if you do or are tempted, there's other platforms out there. I'm also on Gab and Parler. Yes, they're back and they're fine. One of them might get big and weird and start doing bad things, and then I'll be off there. Try to keep it low key. The smaller platforms that are kind of less concerned about their political image or who they can pay off or what they can get out of government. At this point, all these corporations are in that position. So, being, let's see, colluding with the state as the propaganda arm, yeah, it should have been predictable. I think a lot of people did see this coming. So that's why they're no more reliable these days than Pravda or the New York Times. Anyway, yeah, I'll make a decision on this soon. But right now, I think it is almost time. I know it is almost time for my reservation, so I'm going to head over there and finally eat. Today's opening course is the grilled lamb meatballs. They are grilled spiced lamb with rosemary-infused, polenta, Kalamata olives, and sweet chili marinara, and mint chimichurri. Okay, sounds like quite a combination. Let's get started. It was between this and like a dip plate with hummus and baba ganoush and everything like that. I'm still thinking about that, but maybe after the main course. We'll see. The grilled lamb meatballs, very delicious, very bold, and so that's the meatballs were good. They were great lamb meatballs. The polenta was perfectly cooked. The marinara sauce, unusually intense for a dish like this. I wasn't expecting that. I liked it because I
I remember, or it reminds me of ways Grandma used to make marinara a long time ago. So I really appreciated that, but it was unexpectedly intense in certain respects. So just be warned. Oh, oops, sorry about that. It is also a rather heavy dish for an appetizer. I mean, it's fine for me, but you know, if you're expecting something like a salad, no, this is definitely not it. So yes, I would put this on the list to get again. My only comment is the meatballs were very bold. The marinara was very bold. Oh, by the way, yeah, you could tell there was chili, but it wasn't really that hot. So they're two very like high-profile flavors, sort of fighting it out for dominance. And yeah, so that was a bit much. I ended up separating them, and that worked out very, very well. So overall, yeah, really good. I would definitely get that again.
What we've been trying to get for several weeks now, the fork, knife, and spoon grilled cheese. It is, well, self-described, a unique presentation of a classic 3-cheese sandwich set in a Tuscan tomato soup with crispy pork belly and house-made chips. Okay, well, you know, they had me at tomato soup and grilled cheese and pork belly. The knife, fork, and spoon grilled cheese, I really wanted to love it, but I just missed. Yeah, I liked it. That's about it. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was just good, but it's not something I would get again. Even if I came back here, it's not something I would even consider getting again. So I don't know. I'm on the verge of disappointment, but it was quite delicious, so I won't go that far. Still trying to figure out exactly what went wrong, and I don't know, it's just, if it was just the whole concept, or maybe the execution, it missed on a few different levels. However, let me tell you, I think maybe they made a mistake, because if they swapped the two marinaras and the two dishes I got, both would be a lot better. I think the marinara with the meatballs was a little bit too intense. The marinara with the grilled cheese was way too light. The Tuscan variety, it was barely there. So I think putting the intense marinara with the subtlety of the sandwich would work out much better, and having the subtle marinara with the intensity of the meatballs would create two much better and complementary dishes. So, you know, if I were to experiment, I could come back and ask for that. I don't know what the chef would say, but you know, that's how I would have it served next time. I think that would work out a lot better. Well, anyway, I do have dessert coming still, so I think this is the seasonal plate. I don't know, we'll see. Should be here in a minute. Oh, by the way, the service here is very efficient. Yes, no wait for anything, which, yeah, in a park is good. All right, let's wait for dessert. Shouldn't be long. For desserting, we have blueberry lavender panna cotta. It is fresh blueberries, blueberry reduction, and almond crumble. Ooh, she is colorful. The blueberry lavender panna cotta, best of the three. Not by much, but it did beat out the meatballs. Perfectly balanced, very light. You know, it's a sophisticated dish, but not obnoxious about it. Was presented very beautifully, and overall a great daytime dessert. So I would get that again. It may not be on the menu when I come back, but that would be actually disappointing. So I would get that again. Definitely a buy. So time to sign out and head back to the park. It is just after 4, which means it's express time. After that mostly terrific lunch at Mythos, it is time to ride some rides. I'm going to start with Forbidden Journey, because Hagrid's is virtual only, and apparently they do not open single rider when it is virtual, only during standby time. So, well, I guess Forbidden Journey it is. And that's it for Hogsmeade after Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. So it's time to check on Velco, see if single rider's open. Posted wait time is 45 minutes. Maybe. haven't actually seen the main queue yet. Getting wet is not an option, so it is off to Kong. Even the express line for Kong always seems to take forever. But it was, alright, just a nice ride. I think Spider-Man will probably be up next. And, you know, maybe Doctor Doom's Freefall. I haven't been on that in a very long time. And Hulk has been back for a while, so I think it was only down for maybe 15 minutes. Anyway, the next thing is something that, well, isn't a problem for me because I never was there really, and that's stop using Google, and Google specifically. I know this is difficult for a lot of people. They've managed to enslave way too many people into their little digital plantation, but it's actually not that hard. I don't use any of their products other than if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously it's there, but I don't use Stocks or Gmail or I guess calendar or anything like that. None of it. Do I? Yes. In fact, I barely remember what my Google ID is. I do have to look it up every time I need to log in, especially for here, or I do have a personal account, but I mean, who doesn't? Anyway, so yes, I don't use, oh boy, gnats still. Yeah, I never have. So I probably went from Yahoo to Alta Vista to Bing, and yeah, which is, by the way, still quite viable. And then finally, right now, Duck or DuckDuckGo. It works perfectly fine. I've never had a problem with it, and even on occasions when I thought maybe it's missing something because there just wasn't enough results, yeah, Google didn't do any better. So it's not any better. And the thing is, at least they proclaim, and there's been no scandals surfacing that they're weighting the levers any. I actually trust the Duck results more because they're not weighting the levers. With Google, you have no idea what they're hiding, even for innocuous things, or if they're being paid to promote things. Because remember, they are not a search engine, they are not a document company, they are not a cloud hosting company, they are none of those things. They are an advertising agency with a search engine and a video sharing site. That is their business. So whatever they can do to further the core of their business, that's what they're going to do. And it's really easy. Just don't ever start using Google. You know what? If you end up with an iPhone, Apple has, you know, I think Apple even has a search, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably the easiest thing to do, but the hardest for a lot of people. But it's definitely doable. And if I wasn't also on YouTube, I wouldn't use Google at all. I wouldn't even need an account, actually. So, bugs everywhere. All right, well, I think I said Spider-Man, so let's go and check that out. I had forgotten that Dr. Doom's is a launch tower, not a drop tower. So that was a very pleasant surprise. I should go in more rides that I forget how they work, but actually there really aren't that many. Okay, that was that, and well, I did Spider-Man right before that. Not sure what's next. Maybe Hulk? It's been a while for that too. I was in the queue for Hulk when they announced a weather delay. Most likely a lightning strike from somewhere around here. Be at least 15 minutes before that clears. All outdoor rides, I imagine, are closed, so I think I'm gonna head over to Studios, where the dark rides are, or the inside, you know, that would make them dark rides. Okay, the sky is rumbling. I can hear the thunder off in the distance. What I'm gonna do is walk over to Hogwarts Express and ride over to Studios and, well, ride the dark rides over there. Islands is still only open for an extra hour, but who knows? Maybe be back, maybe not. Either way, I just hope it doesn't rain. Made it to Studios on the Hogwarts Express. The express line, okay, was pretty backed up, but wasn't so bad. And trying to decide what to do. Maybe I should apologize. I'm wondering if I'm becoming a bad luck charm for the cast members and team members. Just saw another team member get a boo-boo, and hope she's okay. But it happened the other day at Galaxy's Edge. Anyway, yeah, bad mojo. Anyway, so about one more thing. You know, ads. It's a very difficult thing. Do we watch ads? Do we not watch ads on YouTube and other platforms? And you know what? I would actually say yes, because for the, you know, the non, I guess, politicking creators, they're out of this for now. they will get dragged in eventually because, you know, authoritarianism always engulfs everything. But for now, you know, they're kind of out of the scope. So yeah, watch the ads, let them play. That's how they get paid. So you know, we want that. They produce some great content. For the politicking creators, ooh, I would say still watch the ads because that's how they get paid, especially if it's from, you know, members of the evil alliance, like an ad from Facebook or even Google itself or other, you know, cultists of woke or things like that. In fact, maybe even click on the ad, because the way that it should work is that drives even more traffic to them, even more higher paying traffic, because they're getting a greater engagement, right? So yeah, you click, you are seen by the ad monsters or the ad robots as a, I don't know, an interactive consumer. So it's going to drive even more expensive ads to those creators, and they should get paid more for that. So wouldn't that be awesome, getting the enemy to pay for their content? Okay, that works for me. So yeah, I say watch the ads, but do it strategically. Oh, also, I would click on ads, I do this, that have nothing to do with me, that I couldn't even use, like feminine products and things like that. Yeah, I've done it before, just to confuse Google as to what might be worthwhile. I know, I just find that really, really interesting. And, whoops, darn it. Yes, I do have notes. Because one more thing, if they are on alternative tech, Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, any of those, go ahead and watch them there. Also, let the ads play, because the more viable those platforms are, the better and easier it is to keep the big ones in check. So that's just another way of, I mean, maintaining the balance in the force. All right, Gringotts with 70 minutes. I don't know. You know what? Maybe Men in Black would be better, shorter, and maybe that'll, whatever. Not the hugest fan of Gringotts, so if I skip that, it's okay. Or maybe I should do No, that's not Terminator. That's not the Transformers. I did Spider-Man. Maybe I should do Transformers. Oh, the Mummy. I haven't done the Mummy in a while. Except those restraints they're like this. Ugh. I'll figure something out. Got a couple hours still. There is distant lightning everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but there is distant lightning over there. So all of the outdoor rides are still closed, which means they probably won't reopen. And I don't know, lanes aren't too long. Just trying to figure out what to do. I think Mummy might be the best choice. I don't really want to see Supercharged, and definitely don't want to see Jimmy Fallon. And yeah, Minions, no. Well, Princess, it is time to say goodbye after a super fun day here at Universal Orlando Resort. But before I go, yes, I'm aware of the appellate court. They're wrong. No, not worried at all. Florida still holds all the cards. By the way, a great and probably the best alternative, and a better alternative, period, to Google Docs is, in fact, Microsoft, believe it or not. They have other revenue streams. They kind of seem to be sitting all this out. Mostly. I'm still keeping an eye on them. But I had a great lunch at Mythos. I'm so glad I got that reservation. The meatballs were great. That dessert, the Panna Cotta, was amazing. I really wish I liked the grilled cheese better. I was so looking forward to that, but you know what? Everything can't be absolutely amazing, but you know what? It was surrounded by other amazing food. So yeah, it was a great day at Universal. Rode some fun rides, had a meal, but you know what? That is why I am thankful for my problems.